Welcome to video 2. Now, we're still in stage 1. Brett, you mentioned in this immediate stage that there's a lot of physical activity and sleep deprivation and an impact on somebody's physicality altogether. What about the emotional stage?
Well, firstly, it's all about normal emotions, but kind of the amount of emotions you have. So it's completely normal after an event like this to actually have more powerful emotions, stronger emotions that actually change more quickly. So you might find yourself being elated about something, briefly. You might feel that changes very quickly to anger. It might change very quickly to frustration. You might get brief periods of sort of pining over things you've lost, or indeed a sense of loss. This is actually incredibly normal. So you get multiple emotions, you feel them more strongly, and they change more rapidly. And of course, for some people who feel very controlled with their emotions generally, this can be quite frightening. This can be quite an unusual, feeling that they have.
So it's reassuring to hear, Brett, that feeling those emotions so strongly is normal, and a range of those. And it doesn't really necessarily mean you're developing a mental illness.
Absolutely, and don't forget that for many people, this will actually be the biggest kind of emotional experience they've ever had. And of course, there's no school course or university subject that says dealing with a flood disaster 101. I mean, this is new ground, and it's completely understandable for people to be highly emotional about that. You are not developing a mental illness.
Okay, they sound reasonable. Are there any particular responses we should be worried about?
Well, maybe the way to answer this question is firstly talk about children, and then we can talk about adults. So in children, children are kind of fascinating. A lot of children are not only completely normal after natural disasters, but some are incredibly excited. This has been great, and all the meeting the neighbours and the helping that people have, all the people who've come to help, and they've actually been really excited about that. Some kids do go the other way, and there are kind of some classic things they do. The first is some kids can seem to behave at an earlier age or at a stage that they've already got through. So the child who could do up their shoelaces can't do them up anymore. The child who is toilet trained, needs assistance now. A child may talk in like a baby-like way where they stop doing that. So this is called regression, and it's quite common. Another thing is kids can get very clingy. They're kind of like stuck to your leg. They won't let you. Some parents tell me the kids won't let them go to the toilet without wanting to be in there as well. They're incredibly clingy, and that's unusual. And the third thing is that some kids have meltdowns. Everyone has a meltdown, but these are frequent, sudden, in the supermarket, intense crying or intense behavioural disturbance. Now, it's really important to know that these are ways that kids show their distress. They're not as good as we are at using their words or bottling up their emotions. These are normal ways for kids to show their distress.
Okay, they sound a bit worrying. Should parents be worried about that?
Now, if I was a parent, I wouldn't be worried about those. Again, they're normal, and I would anticipate over the next 2 to 3 weeks, they should return back to normal. Now, if they don't in 2 to 3 weeks, then we would take much more interest in those kind of behaviours.
That sounds good, Brett. It's reassuring.